with Cairo 7 Eyewitness News, Angela Russell. Angela, we're going to start talking about air show now. The clouds again have lifted just a bit, and you had the great fortune of being able to see inside one of this area's premier aircraft.
That's right. You know, we've seen the 787 fly when it took that first test flight, remember that? And we've seen pictures of the interior, but I wanted to see for myself, what is it that makes this aircraft so unique? And here's a look at what I found. One of the first things you notice about the 787 Dreamliner is how quiet it is. The other thing you notice is the grace and beauty of its soaring, uplifting wings, like a bird in the sky.
When people see us flying by on Sunday, they'll see that wing on the pull-up, and that's what we hope to show them, some of the beauty of the 87.
787 test pilot Mike Bryan gave me an exclusive tour of a Dreamliner prior to his flight over the Seafair hydro crowds.
It's a plane we just flew back from the Farnborough Air Show, and we'll be flying it on Sunday.
But the finished plane you'll see on the outside bears little resemblance to the work still underway on the inside. So this is what the 787 looks like in test mode. You have various stations where engineers are busy getting ready for the next test flight, but I want to show you the passenger setup. Well, this is more like what you'll experience as a passenger on the 787, and a couple of things you really might like: bigger windows and this. Say goodbye to the manual window shades. These windows dim at various degrees with the push of a button, so passengers can get a bigger, better view without the glare of the sun. The important thing is how big are the overhead bins, and that's important.
People love this design. It just makes the plane more spacious and more headroom standing, and combined with the large windows, it's part of the customer experience. Right this way.
One area most customers won't experience: the flight deck. It's state-of-the-art avionics, a kaleidoscope of color, as well as a center of information crucial to a successful flight.
We call it SA, situational awareness. I think it's greatly improved in this plane, and it makes for more efficient flying and obviously safer, which is a priority always.
And now the priority for Mike Bryan: a safe, thrilling Dreamliner flight over Seafair. For this longtime test pilot, it's a dream come true.
I love people see it actually in the air, flying right in front of them. That's the exciting part.
Right back live, and it is exciting because right now the 787 making its debut over Seafair in these cloudy skies. And joining me right now to talk a little bit about this while this Dreamliner is taking a flight here is Dan Mooney. He's the Vice President of Development for the 787. Thank you so much for being with us. It really is an exciting day for Boeing.
Well, thank you, Angela. It's really exciting to be here. I feel like we're making Seafair history today with this debut of the 787.
And tell us about, as a Vice President of Development, what went into the outcome that you have here? I know it's supposed to be more comfortable for passengers. You can tell they're from the bigger windows, and I understand the cabin pressure is supposed to be a little bit easier on the ears for the passengers, too.
Well, as you might imagine, there's years and years of hard work by our partners around the world and by our engineers and our teams at Boeing to develop this airplane. There's just a tremendous amount of technology, from the composite structure that's lighter weight, to the advanced systems on this airplane, to all the passenger breakthroughs on the interior that you got a chance to experience.
Yeah, very nice. We love the comfort, but we also want to be safe. Tell us about the safety features that really make this on the cutting edge of aircraft.
Well, as you can imagine, all of our airplanes, we've developed just a tremendous safety record because of the redundancy that we built into our products, and the 787 is taking this to another level.
Tell you what, talking to your test pilot, Mike Bryan, he really seemed to love the way this flies. And we're still looking at the Dreamliner here right now. One thing he pointed out was just how beautiful it is in the air.
It really is. And, it was so exciting to see the Dreamliner fly that first day. But what's more gratifying is the pilots just love the way the airplane flies, and it's been doing great in flight tests. We actually have 5 airplanes now in the flight test program.
And which one is this one? This
is actually number 3, so it's the 3rd one that's built. And as Mike Bryan said, that this airplane and this crew are just fresh back from Farnborough Air Show, where it was, by all accounts, the hit of the air show. And these guys are consummate pros flying this airplane.
If I can dive in here, a remarkable flight just now, and tipping it up on the wingtips is the pilot. A remarkably stable aircraft.
And that's the comment the pilots have, is just what a stable and solid flying. They call it an honest airplane.
And I'm just curious, was there ever any thought to having a Tex Johnson sort of maneuver out here with the 787 if we remember back to the 707 low those many years ago.
Well, believe me, that's gotten a lot of discussion, but the pilots promised they would not do that. But you know, that was 55 years ago, Steve.
Oh my word.
And just like the 707 was back in its day, this is a true breakthrough airplane for commercial aviation.
Do you know who the pilot is at the controls right now?
This is Captain Mike Bryant.
Oh,
they
it
just
is. Captain
interviewed,
Bryant's up there.
and Ted Grady is in the right seat. And as I said, they flew they're fresh back from Farnborough.
I know there just has to be so much pride today because of this.
Tremendous amount of pride. It's great, really fun to be able to see the airplane flying.
All right. Well, Dan Mooney, thank you so much for talking to us about this. And tell you one thing that we are noticing here, it really isn't that loud. I mean, it's the noise level hardly there.
And we designed it to be just that way, so it's working.
And is it really true that the cabin pressure, it will be a little bit easier on the ears?
Yeah, it's actually about a third lower than normal today's airplanes are. So, you know, when you feel after a long flight, you'll feel less fatigued because of that lower cabin pressure. And the composite structure is one of the things that enable us to do that. You couldn't do that in a metal airplane.
Well, the best of the best, the Boeing company at building commercial aircraft, and we're so lucky to have them here and have you folks with us. Dan Mooney, again, Vice President of Boeing Development, thanks so much for being with us. And you're looking at live pictures as the Boeing Air Show continues.